Academy 2.0, where we focus on giving you the opportunity to learn from professionals from various fields to help you explore your passions and your interests. Hi, my name is Elaine, and today I will be interviewing Dr. Chukovsky, who specializes in brand equity, marketing research, and industry practice. Today, I will ask a series of interesting questions about Dr. Chukovsky's work for him to answer. This video will showcase the highlights of this conversation, but if you are interested in listening to the full interview, feel free to tune into our Spotify using the link in the description box. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today. We're really glad to have you here. And for our first question, we wanted to kind of get an idea of who you are and a fun fact about yourself, as well as your area of expertise.
Sure. I'm Dr. Brandon Chukovsky. I am a marketing professor at the TCU Neely School of Business in Fort Worth, Texas. A fun fact would be that I play swing jazz whenever I can. I join an ensemble and typically play percussion. I don't think I'm very useful in any other instruments, so that's typically what I play. And my area of expertise in the marketing discipline is branding and emerging technology.
Okay, so we're gonna first start off with kind of getting to know your area of expertise, because a lot of our audience, including me, we're not too experienced in what you do. So tell us a little bit more about your work regarding the synthesis of brand equity and social capital, and what inspired this research, as well as the key insights you gained from this area.
Sure. So once a year, I put together a study that evaluates an individual brand or a company brand involving human brands, and I determine how it can be evaluated. I often recommend study designs or simply proceed with my own study design. In my consulting work, I also provide insight on brands and brand awareness. I've also worked in brand revitalization, where someone needs to restore their brand perception and brand value. The key insights that I gained is that brand value can be constructed. And if someone is dealing with a brand crisis, or maybe is going through a cancel culture event or something like that, that it is recoverable. It takes particular strategy, and it takes often marketing solutions and public relations solutions. So a mix of communication discipline and marketing discipline insights would apply there. I fortunately work in both the scholarly space and then also in the practitioner space. And so I can first do the evaluation and assessment, and working with a team, I can also provide marketing management, which is so much fun. And that's been a really good outcome.
Okay, so kind of transitioning on, we wanted to talk more about marketing research and industry practice. First, what it even is, like what is marketing research, and how does this inform and shape the strategies of businesses today?
Marketing research first is an investigation into marketing phenomena. So if there's anything observable in the marketplace that can inform practitioners or scholars about what's happening, then that is what's pursued. So a good example is a company could have a brand crisis or maybe a brand stagnation. And to revitalize that brand to say one generation to the next, whether it's a product, whether it's a product innovation, or maybe it's a rebranding and redesign, perhaps it's a remessaging and repositioning for a different consumer base as opposed to for whom the product was prior. The marketing practitioner will often need to first evaluate the consumer or the marketplace. And when you get these insights from the consumer and the marketplace broadly, you then can determine better how to position your messaging and your campaign. A marketing campaign is always informed by data insights and other campaigns that have happened prior. Marketing research is the preceding step or the preceding knowledge gathering necessary for a marketing practitioner or a follow-on study to then know what questions or what execution path is most appropriate.
So for our next question, could you provide us with specific instances where your research has directly impacted these businesses and their marketing strategies? It's like another.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. I've had clients that have asked a recurring question, which is, can you help me go viral? And then my follow-up question is, sure, but for what? And then as soon as they can define their purpose, what they're selling, what objective they have, then I can more readily direct them. And in giving them insight and a path where they can garner attention, whether it's millions of views or other, they then have something that is leverageable. So an example was a client who had a book release, and the book was not necessarily meant for all audiences, but she wanted prominence and wanted to be known. And I told her, well, if the end goal is not profitability, but awareness, all you have to do is buy several 100,000 copies of your book, and you will be listed on a bestseller list. And that bestseller list becomes a marketable tagline. Then we can pay to have the book placed in all of the major airports in some of the kiosk listings around the country. And so she did. And so at some point, some of the bloggers and some of the influencers picked it up organically. And then we began sending free books to influencers who have audiences and email lists and newsletters that have an inspired readership. So their recommendation from the influencer essentially inspires people to buy and then also talk about the book. The book became so known, but never profitable, that she was invited onto television shows, talk shows. And as you can imagine, her objectives were completely full or completely filled.
Are you allowed to expose the name of the book?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's how marketing sometimes is contracted.
hmm So, kind of going off of this question, are there any emerging trends or challenges that you think businesses should be prepared for, and what you find noteworthy about it?
Sure. Well, marketing is an exciting space because it's a convergence point of legacy business and emerging technology. We deal with content, message, market fit. We deal with product and brand innovations, meaning new releases, revitalization strategy, launch strategies, growth strategies, user generation strategies. We affect the bottom line in so many ways. And we set up the reputational capital and the recognizable effect of what a business is to its customers and to the broader marketplace. And all of these require engines. And now those engines are more automated and more software driven than ever before. The challenges are so fun and exciting because it's about testing software and seeing how analog processes can become expedited and then become more efficient, perhaps even more effective. And in some cases, that's already true. We see this in content generation with language learning models. We see it with chat bots and customer inflows or customer engagement for menial tasks or forum seeking or keyword bag of word sorting. So if you ever go into a chat bot that you know is driven technologically and you don't mind as a customer because you're looking for a quick answer, then that means that a person no longer has to attend to that touch point, and that can save costs. And so the unit economics are getting better. And then when you look at campaigns and message market strategy, there's now more tools to help inform what approach to take, which is real-time data flow and dashboards that are easier to explain and tell to interdepartmental stakeholders. There's also this really exciting thing with machine learning principles and automation systems, and of course, AI generative tools, that when you look outward as to what marketing will be, you can see a future where marketing is AI driven and machine learning driven and automation driven, but human managed. And that means that there's going to be more power at our fingertips. Today, I see it in customer relationship management. I see it in sales pipelines, which is sort of a cousin to marketing and works so closely in marketing practice. And I'm loving the tools that I'm currently using with consumer insights and real-time data flow and click-throughs and looking at follow-on behavioral tracking. And that means to understand what a consumer likes, where they like it, when they like it, and seeing a kind of integrated marketing approach that's more data-driven, that's also easy to digest in dashboards. And I'm excited, and I hope other scholars and practitioners are as excited as I am.
So our last really quick question to wrap up things are what advice in general would you give to these students who are really interested in the same field you are?
Well, if you're going into business, I recommend first understand the language of business, which is finance. So that can be a concerted study that one does privately or individually, or maybe it's their major. If you're going to go into marketing, you must know that marketing is something within you that needs to be exercised externally or in your career. You'll feel it, you'll know it. And that means that you love the convergence of creativity and content in business. You love the idea of working with clients, for clients, separating your own understanding and predispositions to move beyond, to see more, to learn more about another community and find a way to serve them with messaging and content and brand positioning. And as you see campaigns that have done this well and maybe have done poorly, and you enjoy perhaps the debriefing and then the readaptation through software and even sometimes analog process of how marketing is executed, then you should probably pursue a marketing career. And this is also a time of technological convergence with legacy principles. And so if you're a technological enthusiast and you love to play with software and learn new systems online and figure out how to create more powerful tools and engage powerful tools, marketing is a wonderful place to play. But the major of a college student isn't really the main base point to determine a future success. It's often the entrepreneurial energy applied to a very systematic solutioning, and that solution can be a company itself, or maybe what you do in your job to offer value. If you focus on value and delivering value to your company, and make sure that you're focused on the customer as well and the end point where revenue is generated, then things will likely work out.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really enjoyed our time here with this interview, and we really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come here with us today.
Great. Well, I hope I offered good insight for you all, and yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Dr. Chukotsky, and thank you so much for watching. I hope this interview helped you gain more interest in the fascinating field of brand management. Please check out our Spotify via the link in the description for the full interview. If you are interested in more content like this, make sure to explore all the other videos we have on our page. We hope to see you in our future videos as we explore other intriguing topics.